Hey guys, welcome back to Murad on Run, and in today's video we will be talking about top 5 cities that you can go to when you're planning to come to Canada. Now the thing is, Canada is very big. There are many cities, and when you talk to a counselor, they would ideally be sending you to a city which is not that good. And I've seen that. I came to Canada, I talked to people and I was like, why are you living in such a place? And they said, yeah, the counselor told us to go to that place. Absolutely not, guys. You have to be smart enough to go to places which are actually good, which have employment opportunities and which are livable cities. You do not want to be living in a forest just because there is a university there. Like in the middle of nowhere. There are people studying in legit middle of nowhere because there is a university there. The entire thing that city has going on for itself is a university, and that is why people are going there. So please be a bit smart while deciding which city you should be going to. In this video we'll be talking about top 5 cities. So without further ado, let's directly jump into it. At number 5 we have Vancouver. In many ratings you will see Vancouver very high, but according to my rating I do not think Vancouver is that good of a place. First major reason for that is that because it's expensive. It's the most expensive city in Canada and 17th most expensive city all across the world. So that is why I would not keep Vancouver up in this ranking. Only if you end up in University of British Columbia is when I would think about going to Vancouver. But otherwise, Vancouver would be my number 5 option, not the best option. There are some things that Vancouver has going on for itself. Let's talk about those things. First, Vancouver is very beautiful. Second, Vancouver does not receive that much of snowfall, which is actually a major problem in Canada. So if you're planning to come to Canada and weather is a concern that you have, Vancouver is actually a place that you can look out for. So it would have 200 days when it would be raining, but then it would not be snowing. And winters here in Canada, be it Toronto, Ottawa or any other place, they are very, very harsh. And let alone these places, if you go to any of the places that your counselor would be recommending you, you might end up facing temperatures of minus 20, minus 30 degrees, which crosses the point of being livable cities. So if you're planning to go and weather is a concern that you have, I would recommend Vancouver in that case, and it is very beautiful. The average salary in Vancouver is around $4,676.95. The apartment rent goes somewhere around $1,900 to $3,000. 3-course meal costs around 80 Canadian dollars and transportation costs around 109 Canadian dollars. One good thing Vancouver has going on for itself is that it has started to become the financial capital of Canada. There are many job opportunities that are up and coming in Vancouver itself. So that can actually be a good reason why you should go to Canada and specifically Vancouver, because the job opportunities are actually increasing. At number 4 we have Quebec, and in Quebec we have specifically Quebec City. Now I would have kept it at number 1, but there is one major problem Quebec has. Yes, it's French. You need to know how to speak French because the main language in Quebec is French. When I went to Quebec, I was shocked because everyone only spoke in French. Bonjour was all I knew in French, and apart from that, I just had absolutely no idea what they were talking about. And many people actually prefer speaking in French only. Why? Because now Quebec is also considering making itself as an independent country out of Canada, because they consider themselves as French-speaking nationals, not English-speaking. So they do not want to be associated with Canada, and that is the reason why it has been kept at number 4. But there are again many things Quebec has going on for itself. Let's talk about those things. Quebec entirely has very low crime rate. At the same time, it is considered amongst the most livable cities across the entire world. So Canada has these livable cities going on for itself. So that's a good thing about entire Canada. Best thing about Quebec City is that the unemployment rate is at 3%, which is the lowest across entire nation of Canada. Just 3%. And there are actually job vacancies in Quebec. That means that they cannot fulfill the jobs. Why? Because they need more French-speaking nationals. They need more people who can actually speak in French or are bilingual. That is why Quebec needs more people. They need more people to come into their state and work for them. The average monthly salary in Quebec is $4,497.41. A single bedroom would cost you somewhere around 525 to 700 CAD. 3-course meal would be 60 CAD and transportation would be around 87. At number 3 we have Ottawa. It is the capital of Canada. yes, if you guys did not know, Toronto and Vancouver is not the capital. Ottawa is the capital of Canada, and it is considered as the most livable cities for students according to QS rankings. Now there are many things Ottawa has going on for itself. Let's talk about those things. So first of all, Ottawa is very diverse. It has people from all across the world studying and working there, and at the same time it is the most safest city. Now safest is also something that you should be keeping under consideration. Why? Because lately Canada has started to act like its southern neighbor. Yeah, I'm talking about you. So lately Canada has started acting like USA, and because of that the crime rates have started to go up, but not in Ottawa. Ottawa is considered amongst the safest cities in Canada right now. The average unemployment rate in Ottawa is 4.4%, which is also very good. Not as good as Quebec City, but actually very good. The average monthly salary in the city of Ottawa is $4,798.40, and a single bedroom apartment would cost you around 1120 CAD. 3-course meal would cost you 70, and transportation would cost you 103 CAD. At number 2, we have Toronto. Now, many of you guys would already know that we have to talk about Toronto when we're talking about Canada and study abroad, because 17% of the entire international students that are studying in Canada study in Toronto. But when we talk about Toronto specifically, we're talking about the GTA area, the Greater Toronto area, which is actually considered as the part of Toronto. But then you have other places which are very far from Toronto. Anytime you start talking about 100 kilometers away from Toronto, 200 kilometers away from Toronto, I'm not talking about those places. I'm talking about the GTA area, which is actually the metropolitan. This is called the GTA area. You can see it on this map also. So this is the area that I'm talking about, the Toronto and the GTA area, which is actually considered as a good area. Do not plan to go to a city which is 500 kilometers away from Toronto and then say that I'm studying in Toronto, because that becomes a very tough thing for you guys. Coming here and then staying in those areas, you just get completely isolated from the life, from this. So this is an important point. Now, what are the things that Toronto has going on for itself? Let's talk about those. Vancouver and Toronto have the highest paying jobs as well. So the golden collar opportunities that we see in Canada specifically come from Vancouver and Toronto itself. One more thing Toronto has going on for itself is that the transport is cheap. You just have this card, and $3 is what would be charged to you if you plan to go to anywhere. So these are a few things that Toronto has going on for itself. The average monthly salary in the city of Toronto is $4,564. A single bedroom would cost you somewhere around 2020 CAD. 3-course meal would cost you $75, and transportation cost would be 103 Canadian dollars. At number 1, we have Montreal. It is a city in Quebec. We have kept it at number 1 because the world rankings in 2018 called it as the best city to study in, and it has a lot of things going on for itself. Montreal is the 17th most safest city in the entire world. The average tuition fees is also not that much. It is around $3,300. It also has amazing universities like McGill University there, and amongst the past 5 years, continuously Montreal has been receiving the award for the best city to study in. So obviously we had to keep it at number 1. The average monthly salary in Montreal is $4,339.89, which is actually good considering the amount of money that you're paying for your tuition. So tuition fees, as opposed to your tuition fees, the money that you make in Montreal is good. Oh, these buses. Anyhow, a single bedroom apartment in Montreal would cost you around 709 to 105 CAD. 3-course meal would cost you 60 CAD, and average expense on transportation would be around 80 Canadian dollars. So ideally Montreal should be a numero uno place, but then guys, if you're planning to come to Canada, these 5 places if you come to, there will be a bit of difference that we talked about, but not a major difference. It's just that you can go to Quebec City if you're comfortable with French. You'll be welcomed and you would do really good there. But otherwise you can look out for other cities. But then there are other cities which I would honestly not recommend unless you have a very, very strong reason. What can be a strong reason? PR can be a strong reason. So there are 2 states that we have talked about, New Brunswick and Scotland, whatever the name of that place is. They have like easier, laxed PR laws. So if you're planning to go for that, understandable, I understand that. But apart from that, I do not recommend going to those places, because even for PR, you need a job. And for job, getting a job in those places is not easy. At the same time, these places might be a good thing, because even if the getting a PR is slightly difficult, it might take you a year more to get a PR, but certainty is much more. The certainty of finding a job is much more. So those are my top 5 for Canada. We have Calgary as well, but I would have kept it around number 6, 7. And we have a few more places which might be fine, but not the best. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other doubts regarding Canada, do let me know in the description. So comment section. I would try to revert to all of these, but I would recommend you to watch this video, because if you enjoyed this video, this might be more interesting for you. Thank you so much for watching.